again for another video review, and today we're in a very, very special car. This car belongs to my buddy Leo Cray, and if you might remember Leo Cray, he has the Mustang that Rob Ferretti from Super Speeder says offended him. So this has been nicknamed the most offensive Mustang in the entire world. But in my opinion, I love this car. I always have, and Leo has always changed the color scheme of this car all the time. Every year you don't know what it's gonna be like. Very much like Rob Raybon and his Rainbow Pony, which is now an abstract pony. I don't know what to call that one, but I'll just go with that. But this is a 2008 Mustang GT. It has a 4.6 liter 3-valve V8, and it gives me a lot of nostalgia because this was my first car. Not this one, but it was my first car. It was even a convertible. Oh yeah, I know, convertibles are heavier and the silly and everything else, but this car in particular, when the roof is down, I think it completely works. So we've been hanging out at Mustang Week, and the reactions of this car have been pretty good overall. A few people have been like, what is that? Is that a wrap? Is it paint? Well, it's actually something called Autoflex. Autoflex in a nutshell is very much like Plasti Dip, but you spray it out a gun and then you go from there and you clear coat it. But overall, it looks like paint. I've seen paint jobs done worse than this thing, and this was done in some guy's garage. If you can hear it, this motor has cams in it, has full bolt-ons and Cook's exhaust from the headers all the way back. It's a complete package, but it makes a really good throaty sound. My 3-valve had a MagnaFlow catback on it. This sounds 10 times better, guys. It sounds fan-freaking-tastic. And when he rolls under an underpass, you can always hear when Leo's coming. It's awesome. Talk about the major elephant in the room, and that's the color. Yes, I talked about the Autoflex, but when this car is rolling down the road, it is never the same color. So as you're driving down, you literally see the hood changing color right before your eyes. And especially on an overcast day like this, I think we got pretty lucky because with the overcast day, you see it physically changing from gold to purple to blue to teal, and it's got like 6 colors in it. You can't decide. So yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what color it technically is, but most of the time it seems it's a purple gold kind of color. What color is your car?
All of them.
All of them. The car is on airlift suspension, and the whole bag scene with Mustang got huge. I mean, when Rob Raybon and a few other people decided to put bags on a Mustang, it became this huge trend. So it became almost this like, you wanna get big on Instagram or something? You put bags in your Mustang and you win. Leo's car pulls it off because of the convertible and everything else. It's very different. And he changes out the wheels a lot too, so you never know the wheels anyway. But these wheels are Boston CVTs, and there's really interesting like spoke pattern that looks like a cyclone. When you're rolling down the road, it makes this really cool effect. And along with Leo's goal of trying to make this almost a Japanese-inspired tuner Mustang, and he's really pulled it off. So you have the Japanese text on the tire instead of saying Falcon or Nitto or what have you. Along with that, you have Takata harnesses, you have Takata stickers all up the car, and it feels like one of those like Tokyo Auto Salon cars, except it's American. This is an auto instead of a manual, so it's basically a cruiser car, guys. He has nothing to prove, and that's what I love about this car, is that he just doesn't care. If you don't like something on his car, he's just gonna do it more. I'm just gonna warn you. This is possibly my favorite 3-valve ever. I've driven the turbo one, I've driven the supercharged one, I've driven my own, but this is my favorite one because when we roll down the road together, it's so different that you don't even know what to think about it. What happened?
Left cars and coffee to the Home Depot.
You drove through a Sherman-Williams. But yeah, that's Rob Raybon. He also had the Rainbow Pony. You might remember that car. Sounds really good. This one's the 3-valve motor. It originally made around 300 crank horsepower, and with a few bolt-ons, you can make it 300 wheel horsepower. But that just comes to show how far they've come. The back setup is also really comfortable on the highway. You go over everything as long as you're in the right setting. If you're not in the right setting, you're gonna hit everything, obviously. To the point that so many people ask Leo, if he drives the cars all the way slammed, that he had to put a sticker on the windshield. That's how bad it was. Sounds good. The auto transmission takes just a little bit to figure out what you're doing. Nothing crazy, but it's to be expected. But overall, it's not that bad. It just, you have to wait a beat, get ready, and then you go. Actually, it's kind of nice because you know when it's coming, instead of just matting it and going all over the place. When this generation of Mustang came out, Motor Trend praised it, everybody praised it, but then hardly anybody really did anything that cool with them on this level. This is this vert is so interesting and innovative, and I'm sure if you were to bring this Mustang to Japan, it would fit right in. Hey, Leo mechanically has never had a problem with this car, never. And that is saying something, because it's been through a lot. It's scraped, it's hit bumps, it's done all kinds of crazy stuff. But the only problem Leo's had in this car is, well, get peer pressured into doing a burnout at Mustang Week and then getting pulled over by a cop.
That's what happens when you get star power. I am so proud.
I am too.
I'm hashtag star power.
And it was a pretty badass burnout, if I do say so myself. As Leo said, it was completely worth it, and it was just a fine, so. All right, cool. Kind of missing nowadays in the car scene. People are too scared to do stuff to their cars anymore because they care too much about what other people think. And I think there's a difference between being tasteful and being just weird, but I think this is just so different. It's kind of refreshing, to be honest. But you know, you got the bag system, the wheel, the harnesses, the seats. The seats are actually pretty comfortable, believe it or not. They hold you in place pretty good. The Takata harnesses are awesome. Only bad thing is I have this awful sunburn, so this is not helping. It kind of hurts. But other than that, we're good. Another thing we got is a fully gutted interior with the roll bar. The roll bar adds a lot of character, and it also saves your life, so that's important. But with the gutted interior, it adds that other kind of drifts car kind of thing. Yeah, I could totally see this thing out drifting. Woo! That sounded nasty. That was awesome. What's funny though is with the cam and the bolt-ons and everything else with the bags, his gauge cluster is a Christmas tree. There's a check engine light, airbag lights in the steering wheel, tire pressure monitor because no TPS stuff, a bunch of stuff. Fun for the whole family. One other thing I want to add about the interior of these cars is the Shaker 1000. I know that sounds really weird to me to talk about, but the Shaker system in these cars was one of the best stereos I've ever had. It put my Coyote stereo to complete shame, and it took a little while for me to get used to my base model stereo in my Coyote. But you have subwoofers in the door and they bump like crazy. Sometimes they have even subs in the trunk stock, and that's pretty damn awesome. Here's the downside about this radio system though. This is what we get when we turn it on. It makes this weird humming sound. And knowing you are like Mario getting the star in Mario Kart, knowing you're changing colors everywhere you go, is a pretty awesome feeling. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video review of Leo's car. What do you guys think of Leo's car? I cannot wait to hear this. So thank you so much for watching this video review. Big thanks to Leo for letting me drive his car. And I'll see you guys next time, and take it easy. Have a fantastic day. Toot.